Good morning, dear students. Welcome to this new class. I hope you are well in this day and with energy for this class. So I'm going to show you some diapositives to begin class. So today we have the topic past perfect tense. Okay, the first thing I want to do is to introduce you the objectives of this class. The objectives for this class are, in the part of listening, you will be able to recognize the past perfect. So in the speaking, you will be able to have pronunciation, a good pronunciation, similar to the native speakers, okay? In writing, you will be able to construct your own sentences using the new vocabulary. In grammar, you will be able to elaborate sentence with the past perfect. The past perfect tense is formed by the past of the auxiliary verb plus the past participle of the main verb, okay? We're dealing with two events that look place in the past, but one before the other, not simultaneously. We have an example here. Past perfect tense, the rule, had plus past participle. When we do use past perfect tense, the past perfect tense plays before another past action. So, for example, I'll notice that he had left his book behind. In this sentence, notice is the past action and he had left is the past perfect, okay? So once we have the topic for this class, I would you like to warm an activity to recharge our energy and to have a better comprehension of this topic. So I need you that you write in three small papers some information about yourself, but needs to be something true and one false. For example, my name is Sofia. That is true. In the other paper, you write, I'm married. That is false because you are a student, you know. But you need to treat that the most credible way, because if you said I'm married and nobody believed because you are a student, you are very young to have married, okay? I visited Japan in 1999. It's true. So you can write I visit another country like USA or something like that. Okay. Once you have the papers, you need to walk around and find the right information about your partners. Okay. Please, let's do it. It's comprehensive. So, for example, someone says, my name is Marco, and it's true. He says that he have a nice car with with that can fly. What do you think it is? Maybe it's true, or maybe it's false. It's false, right? Marco says that he lives in a farm. What do you think it is? It is true, right? Okay, very good. We are going to continue. Please take a seat, please. Okay, now we are going to see a video with the topic that is past tense. Please pay attention. You need to pay attention and write the most important things, because it's very important that you take note about this.
How was your date last night, Jake?
It turned out okay, but I had some problems along the way.
Why? What happened?
It started when I was getting ready to meet Anne. After I had brushed my teeth, I used some mouthwash to make sure my breath would be extra fresh. At first, I was fine, though it was a strong taste. But the taste got more intense as I rinsed my teeth, and my mouth felt like it was on fire. Then I looked at the bottle I had used. I realized I had rinsed my mouth with aftershave instead of mouthwash. The mouthwash and aftershave bottles were right next to each other. I quickly rinsed my mouth and used the mouthwash from the right bottle this time.
You must have been pretty distracted to make that kind of mistake. Did everything else go okay?
Unfortunately, no. I went to get dressed and realized I had left my best shirt in the washer. I had meant to put it in the dryer before I started getting ready. I went to get it from the washer, but my mother had already put it in the dryer. I was relieved until I took it out. The shirt had shrunk.
Oh no! Did you find something else to wear?
I was running short on time, so I threw on a different shirt and ran out the door. I got to the restaurant in the nick of time. I sat at a table to wait for Anne to arrive. After I had waited for a few minutes, I realized I had put my shirt on inside out. This had never happened to me before last night. I went to the bathroom to fix it. When I came back, a waiter had given my table to someone else. I told a server what had happened, but he said I would have to wait for another table. After about 10 minutes, I told them that I had waited long enough. They finally gave me a new table, apologizing that they had made a mistake.
Did Anne show up?
No, I began to get frustrated. I had been sitting at the table for about 15 minutes when Anne called me. She sounded upset. She said that she had waited for me for over 20 minutes. She had left the restaurant and was in her car, about to go home.
How come you never saw her?
I asked her where she had sat at Taqueria Loca, and she sounded surprised. She had been at Taqueria San Jose. Since I already had a table, I told her to come to Taqueria Loca.
Then Anne made it to the restaurant, right?
Yes, she did. After 10 minutes had passed, Anne finally showed up. When I saw her, I felt the wait had been worth it. We stayed at the restaurant for a long time, eating and talking.
Did you have much in common?
Yes, we did. It turns out she had listened to most of the same music I did when I was a teenager. She had even played on a basketball team just like me.
Great minds think alike. I'm glad the rest of the night went smoothly.
Not exactly.
Oh no, did something else go wrong?
After we had eaten, I went to the men's room. When I looked at myself in the mirror, I saw that I had several large pieces of cilantro in my teeth. They had been there the whole time I was talking to her. I was so embarrassed.
That's not a big deal. People get stuff in their teeth all the time.
Yeah, but that's not all. I made the biggest mistake of the night when we were in the parking lot. She leaned towards me and I thought she wanted me to kiss her. I leaned in to kiss her and hit her head really hard. She told me that my car keys had started to slip out of my jacket pocket, so she had only meant to reach for them.
That is bad. How embarrassing. On the bright side, at least you got to meet her. Are you going to see her again?
Yes, tonight. Oh, that reminds me, I have to go. I had bought a new shirt and I left it at the dry cleaners. I better go get it.
I hope you have better luck tonight.
Thanks.
Past perfect. The formula for past perfect is had plus past participle or the third form of the verb. We use the past perfect to express a past action finished before another action in the past.
When I came back, a waiter had given my table to someone else. I asked her where she had sat at Taqueria Loca. After 10 minutes had passed, Anne finally showed up. I went to get the shirt from the washer, but my mother had already put it in the dryer. I had meant to put it in the dryer before I started getting ready.
We also use the past perfect to show that something happened before a specific time in the past.
This had never happened to me before last night.
Okay, as you can see, the past participle, the past perfect had, the rule is formed for had plus past participle, and the third form of the verb. As you can see in these examples, and the video is a conversation about what happened in a date for him. So he is talked to about what happened that night, and give us some examples. When I came back, a waiter had given my table to someone else. As I said, this is all in the past. It's an action before another action. It's a past action before another action in the past. So in the example here, when I came back, a waiter had given my table to someone else. When I came back is the past action. And a waiter had given my table to someone else is the past actor finished before the other action. Okay. Let's continue with the diapositives. Wait a little bit. Share screen. Okay. We're going to continue. As I said, the past perfect tense is used in order to talk about an event which has taken place before a certain point in the past. It can describe an action that occurred in the past that is related to another action that occurred in the past after the first action. Example, I had driven to Pittsburgh before driving on Detroit. All this is in the past, two actions that he do in the past, okay? It can describe two non-continuous actions that occur in sequence. Example, I had driven to Florida and then boarded a cruise 2 days later. Okay, the past perfect is formed by combining had with the past participle of the main verb. You need to learn this because this is very important to use correctly the past perfect. The past perfect is formed by combining had with the past participle of the main verb. We have positive. In here, we have how to form positive sentence with the past participle. We have subject plus had plus past participle. Example, she had finished the test. For the negative sentence, we have subject plus had, not, hadn't, plus past participle plus. Example, she hadn't finished the test. And to form question, we need to put had plus subject plus past participle plus a question mark. Had she finished the test? In these examples, it's very clear how to use the past participle to create a positive sentence and negative sentence and questions form. Okay. How to use the past perfect tense? The past perfect tense is used to describe an action finished before another past action. As we said before, this is what the past perfect tense is. For example, Richard had gone out when his wife arrived in the office. We have two actions in the past. Okay, also to describe an action that happened before a specific time in the past. Example, Christine had never been to an opera before last night. Never been is a specific time because in this example, Christine never had assisted to an opera and a concert of this. This concert is an opera with singers with a great voice. They never assist to do that, okay? And also to describe cause and effect combined with past simple. Example, I got stuck in traffic because there had been an accident. Here, as we say, to describe a cause and effect. The cause is he got stuck, and the effect, the cause is he got stuck because there had been an accident is the effect. To emphasize the result of activity in the past. Example, I had been to London twice by the time I got a job in New York. Okay. Now we are going to continue with some exercise. I need that you see these two sentences and tell me what is the difference between them. Okay, please read aloud the first sentence. When I turn on the TV, the program starts. And then we have, when I turn on the TV, the program had started. What is the difference? What changed? The first sentence with the second one. Oh, someone says the second sentence is with had, right? And what do you think is the correct if we are talking about the past perfect tense? Is the first one or the second one? The second one, right? Because the second one, because when we use past perfect is an action that happened before another past action or event. If we don't put had, it's continuous, it's not in past, okay? Another example. When you were born, the internet had already been invented. Okay, this is an example that two actions that are in the past. When I finished high school, the Berlin Wall had already been demolished. When I started teaching, George Bush, sir, had already finished his term as president of the US. Okay, with these examples, I hope it's very clear what is the past perfect tense and how to form it. We have some exercise that I need to, that you respond me what is the correct answer. Here we have three sentences with three options, and you need to tell me what is the right one. The first one, my neighbor, his lawn before he came over to mow mine. What do you think is the correct? Mouse? No. Has moved? No. Has moved, right? Have moved. Okay, very good. The second sentence, my son, his sister, to her friend's house before he went to the movies himself. It's drives or has driving. Now, had driving, right? Had driving, it's correct. And the final one, my cat at the moon before he sang or through he sang to the neighbor cat was howling, is howling, or had howled. Had howled, right? Okay, very good. Now you understand very clearly what is the past perfect tense. So now I'm going to give you a worksheet where do you need to match the numbers with the letters. If you don't know any word, please you can understand with the context, because it's better to that you traduced in Spanish if you want to learn an English in a better way. So you have 5 minutes to do this. So please start. Okay, now we are going to review. The first one, I was very tired. What letter is B, right? As I hadn't slept well for several days. Number 2, I didn't want to go to the movies with my friends. With what letter is? With the A, right? Because I had seen the film already. The number 3, they offered me muffins. With what letter? With C, okay. They offered me muffins, but I wasn't hungry because I had just eaten lunch. The 4, as soon as she had done her homework. What letter? E, okay. She went to bed. And the last one, I was interested in the discussion about the story. With D, right? Because I had read the novel before. Very good. If you don't have any answer right, you don't worry. This is to have very clearly what the what the past perfect tense is and how it is formed. So to review, we are going to see again what is the past perfect tense. Past perfect tense is used to describe an action finished before another past action. Also to describe an action that happened before a specific time in the past, and to describe cause and effect, combined with the past simple. And also to emphasize the result of activity in the past. Okay. So for homework, I need that you create 5 examples by 5 examples with the past perfect tense. For like, for example, I went to bed before that I watched a documentary on TV. You need to create 5 sentences with the past perfect tense. Okay, and the next class we'll review a little bit of this. So that's all for this class. I hope you you find it very interesting because it's a very funny topic. And we'll see you in the next time. Thank you.